Hello and welcome. My name is Anna and I'm a paranormal clearing specialist, a house healer, and I love educating people about all aspects of spirituality and psychic development. And today we're talking portals. I get a lot of questions about what they are, why they're here, how you can close them. So let's get into it. What are portals? So portals are simply an interdimensional doorway into another reality. Now, we're not just talking about the darker realms here. We are talking about universal, cosmic, elemental portals. They are simply an easy way for energy beings to move around the universe and beyond. So from my experience, there are 5 different types of energy portals. There are those that people create intentionally through seances, using Ouija boards and putting it out there into the paranormal realms that they want to connect with non-physical beings. So there's also environmental portals, which can be created through extreme trauma that is experienced by people and the earth. Imprint of sadness, despair, fear, all sorts of emotions can create a pool of energy which leave a very deep energetic imprint within the earth. There are also ritualistic portals which are created through intention again, but using black magic or satanic practices to connect with beings from the darker realms. There are also portals in nature. These are positive doorways into the elemental realms, because the elementals are energy beings that care for nature. They care for the earth environment around us. Now, do extraterrestrials use portals to travel around the universe? That is an interesting topic of discussion. But I have been told by some cosmic beings, as I call them, they don't like being called ETs or aliens, prefer to travel through these interdimensional highways, as they call them. So now we're going to talk about the structure of portals. So we're going to look at 4 different types of portals. So we're going to talk about the single door portal. Single doors are exactly what it sounds like. It is literally one doorway going from this reality into another. Now, there are also double door portals, which is an interesting concept, which I saw in my mind through a house healing job recently, where I asked, is this a single door portal? And I got no. And I attempted to close it, and it kept opening again. And I'm like, there's something more to this. And when I questioned further with my dowsing, there was actually a double door with a space in between. So why they do this, I don't know. But now when I close these portals in people's homes or on the land, I always ask, is it a single door portal? Is it a double door portal? You have to get to the details to be able to close these things accurately and make sure that they stay closed. Okay, so the portals that I'm mostly talking about today are to the darker realms, and there are more than one. Often people say that Hatmen and the Mothman, these sorts of beings, come from other realities, and they would use interdimensional doorways to step into our reality. Now, sometimes these beings can be really sneaky. They can actually infuse portals with what we would call spells, so that the portal can't be closed. I have dealt with this numerous times. And the way that I close them is that I call on the archangel beings to come and help with that process, which I'm going to talk about later in the video. So the 4th type of portal that I have come across are ones that are what I call booby-trapped. Seriously, some of these beings just don't want these doorways closed. They can set up hooks, ties, tentacles that can shoot out of these portals and actually latch onto the building so that they can't be closed. This information, these visuals that I'm sharing with you, are things that I have personally experienced through dealing with these dark and demonic beings and closing portals in people's homes. So how do portals affect us and our homes? So portals are doorways. And if you think about it from a human perspective, if you're sitting in your lounge room of a night time, it's a bit cold outside, you leave the door open, there's air coming in, there's cold air coming in, and it's disrupting the warmth of your home. It's making you feel cold, uncomfortable. You can't settle until you shut that doorway. So imagine having these invisible doorways in your home and you're just like, I don't know what that is, but it's really cold in this room, or I can't sleep in this room, or I feel uncomfortable in this room. Sometimes people's emotions can be heightened. They can feel paranoia, fear. They might get angry. They might feel behavioral changes, especially if the portals are to the darker realms where we have our interdimensional visitors coming and going and causing disruption in the home. Now, portals aren't always present in the walls. They can be in the floor, in the ceilings. They can be in the space within a room. So you need to be really defined with your dowsing to locate the portal doorway. If there's a portal in your bedroom, for example, or under the bed, your sleep is going to be disrupted. Your energy field is going to be going, I don't know what's going on, but I can't settle, I can't relax. When your energy can't relax, your mind and your physical body can't relax either. You just know that there's something that's going on, but you can't put your finger on it. So you can close a portal in your home. It requires you to have some skill with using a dowsing tool, whether it be a pendulum or dowsing rods, doesn't matter, whatever you personally prefer, because you need to be able to go around the home and find where the portal actually is. And if one of your family members is saying, look, I've just been getting really bad headaches lately, I don't know what it is, the last 2 nights I can't sleep, that is the perfect place to start when you're looking for a portal. Quick example, is that I did a clearing. I was contacted by a mother recently who went, my son just can't sleep. I don't know what it is. He's telling me he's got headaches and he's got this man that's wandering around in his bedroom. And I instantly went to, obviously, dark or demonic beings. But how did the being get in there? So portals are a possibility. So it is something that you always check for. So you've got your pendulum. You've used a pendulum or a dowsing rod before, and you know what your confirmation signs are. You need to know your defined yes and your defined no. So you can go around the home and find the portal. So when you're closing portals, you say you've gone to that location of that example I've just given with a portal in the bedroom, and you've gone around the room and you're verbally asking, as well as taking your pendulum around the room, looking for the location of this disruptive energy. So say you find it under the bed. You don't have to move the bed, because closing portals is all done by intention. Yes, you have to understand whether they're booby-trapped or whether they've got spells on them. You don't worry about the paranormal beings that may be present. That's another level of clearing that needs to be done. But today, in this video, we're just focusing on closing the portal. So you've found the portal under the bed. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask, is it a single door portal? Is it a double door portal? Are there any spells keeping the doorway open? Are there any booby traps? And once you've asked those 4 questions, let's just say it's a simple 1-door portal. So what you're going to do is you're going to call in higher vibrational beings. Now, I use the archangels as an example. You can work with Buddha or whoever you find that is your connection to your spiritual awareness and your higher vibrational activities. So I work with Archangel Raphael for closing portals. So what I'll do is I'll visualize the portal under the bed. I simply see a black hole. Doesn't matter how you see it, because remember, it's all about intention to close the portal. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask that Archangel Raphael is going to clean and clear the portal of any detrimental energy or residue that is around the opening. And then what you're going to imagine is a cover that's going to be placed over the portal. Now, I like to use something that I call Archangel Glue. Seriously, this was the wording that was given to me a few years ago, and I've stuck with it because it works. It helps us understand how they close these portals. So I visualize the glue being placed around the opening of the hole, the lid being placed on top. And it's a nice, snug, fitting lid. And as the lid is pressed on to where the portal is, some of the glue sort of might rise to the surface. So you just go and you smooth that around. Remember, you're working with Archangel Raphael to do this, all right? You're working from the earth realm. He or she is working from the angelic realm. It's all about a holistic approach. So you've got your glue happening. You've got your lid on. So you're smoothing that glue around. Now you can get creative with closing your portals. I like to lay some hardwire mesh over the top. It's being welded around the hole. I like to make doubly sure that these portals are closed. All right. So you can use this hardwire mesh. You can use a metal doorway with a handle on the top that you're literally going to be turning the handle to tighten the lid. You can weld it closed. Remember, it's all about intention. All right, so it's about you finding the process that works for you and just sticking with it. And you'll find you'll update it every now and again. Have fun with it, because when you relax and you work with your angelic beings or your other higher vibrational beings, the intention of doing it gets it done. And then whenever you've closed a portal, you always ask afterwards, is the portal closed? And you wait for your yes, hopefully. Otherwise, you've got to do it again because you've missed something. So then you've got to check for spells, booby traps. There might be something else that I haven't even come across yet. There's no books written about this. It is an ever-involving learning through experience process to close these portals. So that's a single door portal. Now let's talk about double doors. So you've got a double door portal, again, say in the bedroom, in the wall. So what you're going to do is that you look through the first door and you do the same process. Is that Archangel glue around the second door on the other side. Put your cover over it. Use your mesh, or you're going to put another metal lid on that and do your riveting around the outside, your welding around the outside. So once you've closed that door on the other side, then you're going to work on the door on this side. Same process is that you'll use your Archangel glue. You will apply the cover, make sure that the glue is smeared all around the edge so that it's glued shut. Like you're talking super glue here. This is super Archangel glue. Call it whatever you want. That's just a starting point for you. Then you put your hardwire mesh. Then you put any other coverings over the top that you want to. You can infuse your portals with white light. It's whatever you want to use. I'm simply giving you a starting point. I like to make sure that my portal doors are covered in a heavy sense. So this is where all the hardwire mesh and the metal covers come from. Because to me, that signifies that something is closed. Like shutting the door on a safe, turning the handle, spinning the combination, that sort of thing. Play with it. Have fun with your imagination when you're doing this. If you've got a portal that has spells attached, this is where you need to be able to do specific wording. Really, really important with everything is that you ask Archangel Raphael to please be present now to clean and clear any spells that have been created to keep this portal open. Then you will go through your usual process of applying your Archangel glue, your door covering, and whatever else you want to put on. The mesh, the metal door, white light, infusing it with gold energy, stamping it with an Archangel stamp. There's another idea that just came to mind. I literally just saw a big stamp being pressed into it saying that this can never be opened again. When it comes to dealing with portals that have booby traps on them, is that you need to be really defined in the information that you get, where there are any psychic hooks, ties or tentacles holding them open. So you need to go through that process of checking with your dowsing. Then you call in your higher vibrational supporter. Just for an example, I'm just going to say there's one booby trap with 6 psychic hooks. So you're going to call in Archangel Raphael to please come now, disconnect the 6 psychic hooks from this portal, and then you're going to go about the process of closing that portal using Archangel glue and the process that I described earlier. So once the portal's closed, make sure that you observe that area within the home for the next 2, 3, 4 days, just to make sure it's been fully closed. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you found some useful ideas that you can use to identify portals and how to close them and feel more comfortable about the whole process. Remember, it's all about intention. So I will see you again soon. I upload videos every Tuesday. Thank you. Stay safe and look after each other.